Hello friends, Captain Ali here and welcome to the channel. Today I will take you through the process of building the F-15DJ of the Japanese Air Force. The Aggressor aircraft are painted in very colorful schemes and many of us are drawn to these colors for the sheer complexity and the uniqueness of these camo patterns. Okay, since the video was going super long, I decided to split the build into three parts. This is part 1, the build process. Part 2 is the masking and painting, and lastly part 3, which is decaling and final assembly. Alright, before we start the build, a quick shout to all of you to please like, comment and subscribe to the channel as your support and love. Quick history. The Mitsubishi F-15J DJ Eagle is a twin-engine, all-weather air superiority fighter based on the McDonnell Douglas F-15 Eagle. The F-15 was produced under license by Mitsubishi Heavy Industries. Hiko Kodotai is the Japan Air Self-Defense Force's dedicated aggressor squadron and provides air combat training for most of the combat units. They mostly operate the two-seat F-15DJ Eagle, although some single-seat F-15Js are also present. I chose to model the F-15DJ with serial number 928096 with sand, brown and black colors. I use an Academy F15E Strike Eagle kit as a toner. The kit has a basic instruction guide with simple steps, but you may want to mix and match to get the right fit, as I will show you in some time. And we only have one color option out of the box. We have 11 grey sprues and the molding is very crisp with minimum flash and recessed panel lines. Intake trunks are provided but will have a seam which will not be seen. The cockpit side consoles also include fine raised detail. There is an option to assemble the air intakes in two positions, and in addition, optional turkey feather exhausts are provided as well, but these will have to be detailed further. Engine intake faces are provided along with satisfactory representations of the ACES-2 ejection seats. Forward fuselage is split in the middle with an unusual diagonal attachment to the rear fuselage. The air brake can be positioned open too. The wings are also split in top and bottom halves and have pre-drilled holes for the pylons. I would have preferred separate ailerons though, which are seen drooped on the parked F-15s. The clear parts have a noticeable molding seam in the middle, but the cross section of the Academy kit is correct and is nicely blown. The center seam has to be dealt with though. Decals are provided for only one US Air Force example and the stencils are printed nicely but a bit few for the DJ version. We build the seats first. These are decent representations but will be detailed later with masking tape seatbelts. We assemble the cockpit now. The front instrument panel, not absolutely correct but is convincing enough. The nose gear bay is rudimentary and has absolutely no detail at all. The cockpit and the nose gear bay get attached to the forward fuselage, and as you can see, I use epoxy 2-part putty as the nose weight. No specific amount, I just make it heavy enough to prevent a tail sitting machine. The instructions want you to first attach the gear bay to the cockpit floor, but I chose to separately attach these for a better fit. After the gear bay is attached, I join the two fuselage halves. The cockpit just slides into place now instead of fiddling around with the alignment and subsequent fit. A section needs to be attached to the rear fuselage, but I choose to attach this to the forward fuselage instead for a good fit again. The intake trunks are built now. These have ejector pin marks which can be shaved away. I paint this with gloss white paint. Some aircrafts may have a light grey color on them. We have a seam, but the position of the intakes don't leave much to be seen, so I stick with the kit parts. Engine faces are painted with black and silver and finish the end part of the intake trunk. This we attach to the rear fuselage bottom half. Try to get this correct as it will affect the fit at a later stage. I now complete the rear fuselage, and to get a good fit, I join the halves in stages instead of trying to glue the whole half in one go. This prevents misaligning of the part and major headaches in these big aircraft fuselages. Next I make the wings, which are split into an upper and a bottom half, but I decide to remove the ailerons and position them as drooped to show a parked aircraft. The fuselage to wing join is a simple butt join, so the only care that needs to be taken is to get them properly aligned. The forward to rear fuselage join needs care, but with the mix of these steps before, the fit has come out very nice. Intakes are added next, which are not very detailed, but as the two options are given, it is a good thing. Fit is not that great, so some filling would be necessary. The dorsal brake is attached next, but the fit was not satisfactory and a step was still visible. So I use blue tack balls as a base, and now when I attach the brake, it sits and doesn't sink into the gap. It helps to avoid the sanding and major headaches again. I now prepare the exhaust nozzles. These consist of a ring and 5 pieces plus the actuators. It was difficult to fit the 5 pieces together and make a circular cross section. I shaved them a bit to make them fit. I added some scratch details using bent stretched sprue, and finally I attached the actuators. With careful painting and dry brushing, I think they are satisfactory enough. As there was no rivet detail, I added rivets at the required places for a better look. For the clear parts, I remove the center seam and I use a rubbing compound which is used to remove scratches on the paintwork of our cars. This is rubbed on the seam with a bud, and with enough passes the seam will disappear. As I will use future floor polish with a brush at a later stage, I just mask the canopy, readying it for paint. Alright guys, so this completes the part 1 of the build. Stay tuned for part 2 of this build, which will come out in a few days. Part 2 will be on the masking and painting process of the beautiful color scheme. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do like, comment and subscribe for more. Till then, cheers friends.